Good morning, good morning. Okay, so first things first, I just want to mention that I've deleted my stream from Monday. I just had a bit of a issue. I'm new to these live streams, so I'm not too sure what I can and can't show, and I basically had some link that I don't think I should have shown, so I deleted it just to be safe. Um, and Yeah, what I'll do is I'll cut the video and I will put in some highlights of the trades that I did take that day. I think I took two trades on Monday, one on gold, one on GJ, and then yeah, I'll post the highlights, so that will still be up. Um, but for now, I've taken the live stream from Monday down. Okay, so let's get into some news, that kind of thing, before we get started. Jeez. I'm interested to actually have a look at Nasdaq. I won't trade it. That's quite hectic. I did see the chart yesterday. It's dropped like a motherfucker. Anyway, let's check our calendar. Is my time right here? Looks like we've got nothing this morning. Okay, so yeah, it should be pretty smooth sailing this morning. We've got nothing until 12, but this is all pretty low impact stuff. There's a Europe Central Bank speech at 1:30. So could just be careful around that time. It's not regarding the dollar, but we could see some movement. Pending home sales at 4. Yeah, just make sure nothing is different here. Okay, so yeah, this is one of the things that I had mentioned on Sunday's stream, which I actually think I also took down, which is unfortunate because I broke down and gave some insight to what could be happening in the week to come. And we had all of this news, okay, supposedly this morning, and as you can see here, it's still saying tentative. So, to my knowledge, that news has not been released just yet, and that's just, I mean, I don't know when it will come out, but we do have a red folder here on JPY, so we just got to keep an eye on that throughout the morning. Other than that, it should be smooth sailing. So let's just um, get down to business here. Alright, so gold, we actually closed bullish yesterday, and we've dropped back to support already today. So let's break down gold to start things off. Just gonna put this level down here as a potential target. Okay, looking at what's going on right now, we have created a resistance up here. Pretty straightforward. We've got a support level down here. Alright, we are currently creating a minor resistance over here. And then we do have this level to the left to be cautious of. And I'm just going to mark it up like this for 15 minutes. Okay, so as of now, I'm pretty bearish on gold. Probably only be looking for buys on the flip of this daily candle. So if we push back up and turn bullish on this daily candle, then we can possibly look for buys. But right now, I'm looking for sells. If we break yesterday's low, we've got this wick to fill here. So also our previous 4-hour candle has closed very nice and bearish below this kind of support level here on a 4-hour. And as you can see, our new 4-hour has actually driven up, created a high, retesting this kind of level. So to me, this is looking very nice to push down. Alright, but because we do have the support here, what I'll do is I'll wait for a close and break below this level. A break and close below this level over here at 1896.8, and then we can possibly see price continue down. We've got about a 32 pip range here, and then about 70 pips to our final target for sales. Yeah, I'll only be targeting that area because once we tap into there, we could see some sort of reaction, some sort of retracement. Once we do get into that level and maybe start breaking it, we can reanalyze for possible sells further into some of these areas here. We've got some very nice clean range down on a daily. Got a wick to fill there of about 100 pips. So sells below that level could be really nice, but for now, we just need to focus on what's happening with the most recent data. So let me just mark this up. $1896.8. Yeah, that should be good. And then ideally, I would like to get in below 1896.8. I don't think I'll take more sales below this level over here. We've just got quite a bit of traffic, some rejection zones. So I'll be happy to leave a runner to run to 1889, this level over here. But I won't be adding more positions under this level here. Like I say, I'll just try get in under this support to drive down. Close partials, leave a runner to this level over here. So that's my plan here for gold right now. Just waiting for a close below 1896. So yeah, on GJ we tapped into this support zone, and as you can see, we are reacting to that zone. Okay, so we have this resistance over here, which, even though we have this kind of clean range over here, looking left, we have possible rejection zones coming up. So what I'll be doing over here on GJ is probably waiting for some sort of fake out to occur. So what that could look like is we close above this range, okay? I'm not going to change the color of this. Come on. Okay, but I'm just trying to indicate what the candles could play out like. So close above this range, and then what I'll be looking for is a close back in the range to continue down to support. Something to that effect. We also closed with very little wick here on yesterday's candle, so it doesn't really leave price with much range to push down, and hence we've started to push up. When you've got a candle closing with no wick, the next candle, most of the time there's a kind of 50-50% chance of where it may go. So if you have a trade idea, let's say for buys, and your confirmation candle closes with no top wick, okay, it doesn't leave the next candle with much range to continue to drive up. So you kind of just want to be cautious at that point. But on a daily here, you can see that playing out where we close with no bottom wick, and today's candle has begun to drive up. But my bias here is still bearish, and I'm not going to be hopping into bars. Like I say, we've got some rejection levels coming up, and this could kind of just be a pullback to drive back down. So if I were to look for bars, I'm going to have very modest targets, probably looking at some of these levels here, or maybe just to even grab like 10 pips. But honestly, I'm not too interested in bars at all. As you can see, we are right now even rejecting this level, and if the setup were to come, could possibly even sell from this level. We do have a support level over here. Okay, I'm gonna mark it up as this level over here. A little bit tricky. So I'm just going to be patient here on GJ, but the idea is, like I say, looking either for that fake out setup or possibly a close, a break and close below this level over here, 160.4, to drive back down to support. And now we just wait. Oh shit. Yeah, that was what I didn't want to show. But anyway. If you're watching, just say how's it there in the chat. You see that there could be a possible rejection zone, even coming close into that level. We seem to be showing signs of rejection. I'm not too sure how comfortable I would be with bars, but if I were to take bars, probably is going to be above this level over here. Got about a 75 pip range. So let's mark these up. Come on, man. Sorry, wrong one. 375. Okay, cool. So that's what we are looking for today on GJ. Gold, same story. The reason I wouldn't want to buy from this support here is looking to the left. We've just got a very messy range here. Too many levels to be cautious of. This level here, 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 all the way up. So I'm rather gonna wait for a break above resistance. But even at that point, I guess it will look a bit better at that point, because that would mean, like I say, we would have flipped bullish on the daily. So let's just mark that up. Let me rather say, as the daily candle breaks highs, breaks yesterday's highs, possible buys the daily candle. So what I mean by that is, yeah, on an hourly, this is yesterday's high. So basically, once we break above this level over here, we could possibly execute bars. And looking to the left, we've got target here. About a 42 pip range there for our bars, and then let's just see here. I think that'll be our safest target, and then I'm not really too interested in letting runners run up until the next target, because at that point we start tapping into um, some heavy rejection zones here above this level. So if you make this level a bit longer, you can see above here we'll start to tap into some of these zones where we've rejected before. So like I say, possible buys above this level. We've got a bit of clean range there, but after that it's going to start to get tricky. I want to just see something here. Okay, so I've marked up another level here on gold. um, that's basically our current daily candles high. So as you can see, yesterday we tapped into some of these rejection zones. We closed bullish. Today what's happened now is we have driven straight down, tapped back into support here. So we've created our low for the daily. If we were to push up now and break the high, I would be pretty confident that we could possibly fill yesterday's wick moving up here. So we can look at it like this on a lower time frame. We've got this resistance over here, and then after that we do have somewhat of a clean range. So let's put that there. I think that'll be a bit better. I'm fine with that. Okay, so if the setup occurs and we have a nice closure above this range and our next candle presents an opportunity for entry, we may be looking for buys above this level over here. But for now that's quite far away, and I'm just gonna sit on my hands for now and wait. These cells could possibly still play out. Our half an hour is about to close here. We seem to be rejecting the support. So GJ filled that little range quite nicely, but you know, it wasn't really worth the 20 pips. Play it safe here, wait for a break back into this range, and you're gonna have a much better chance for selling opportunities. Hey Vishay, what's up? Do you have any questions? If you do, just ask in the chat and I'll answer them. Okay, yeah, we've closed with no real top wick. Got a little bit of a wick, but let's see what happens here on gold now. With that scenario that I explained earlier, candles closing with no wick. I'm feeling like this could drive up, but since we close with no wick there, maybe we close back into this range. So let's just see. Let's have a look at Nas. Yeah, Nas sold off like crazy yesterday. Broke below this level of support. Not looking to trade Nas, but when it's looking like this, if you wait patiently, you can catch these nice moves down. Check how it's been selling off. I think I was muted, but what I was saying was, right now we are in pre-London. Things seem to be pretty slow, so probably only gonna get some movement around 9 a.m. is London open. So look at this, we are driving down here. So this is why you don't want to enter a trade as your candle is closing, especially with no top wick, because you'll get this pullback or reversal. This may just be a pullback to create a bottom wick to drive up, but either way, you just want to be patient with your entries. If you wait them out perfectly, you set yourself up for a much better trade. Patience is key. Patience is key. Looking like we may have a fake out here on gold. If we close back below this range, we can drive down to support. I won't be looking for that move. I will be looking once we break support here. Yeah, you see, that's why I wasn't looking for bars in this range, because you have all of these rejection areas over here. We've tapped into this level. We had all of this nonsense. So if you were looking for bars, you might have just saved yourself from taking a loss by staying out. Okay, what does it mean to reject support? Okay, so you've got support is basically like a floor, so it'll be a key level where price is reacting off of. So right here is a pretty good example. You can see how price came into this level, bounced up, came into this level, bounced up, came into it again, bounced up. So it's now created a support at this level, right? So we created a support over here, over here. We've come back into the support and we're bouncing back up. So we are rejecting that support level, okay? And just like a support, we have a resistance, which is like a ceiling, okay? So it's where price bounces down off of. So yeah, we had our resistance. We tapped into resistance, bounced off. Okay, we did break above here. This could be considered a fake out. And then over here, we bounced back into that resistance and we rejected the resistance. And then with regards to a fake out, why don't you want to fake out? Okay, so a fake out is basically a breakout. So looking here, we had this level formed. Okay, we had this level, this resistance. We broke this resistance. Okay, so when you break a resistance, you generally will be looking for bars. Okay, we broke the resistance. You could be looking for price to go up, but in this situation, with the data we've collected with possible rejection zones to the left here, you could have anticipated this fake out. Okay, so it's not that you don't want to fake out, you just want to be aware of them when they could occur to avoid getting caught in a fake out and possibly taking advantage of a fake out for an entry. So here on GJ, the idea is that we have broken this resistance, okay, this resistance over here, and now a fake out might not happen, but my analysis here is that we are pushing down. Okay, look at current market structure. We are creating higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, and then possibly higher lower highs, lower lows, lower highs, to possibly push down further down and create low lows. So we are downtrending, we are looking for sales. So in this scenario, I'm saying that if we close back in this level, okay, back below this level over here into this range, that could be considered a fake out, because now we've broken out, but we've broken back in, and you'll call that a fake out because it was a breakout, but it was like a false break. But we haven't seen that happen just yet. Let's just wait it out and see if that does occur. Here on gold, it's happening perfectly. Okay, this is a perfect scenario of a fake out. We had if you were trading like a 5 minute, although this candle just really moved very quickly, but you had this fake out, close back into this range, so it's very likely we will push back down to the support. So check how GBPJPY is rejecting this level that we had marked up. Hate when these zones are too thick. So a fake out may not occur here, we may just continue pushing up, but this is what I am anticipating. And if that doesn't happen, then I won't have a trade unless maybe we break this level and get possible bars. 5 degrees, boys. Yeah, it would be risky to take bars now. I'm assuming you're talking about GBPJPY, cause you know, obviously you're taking a bar, you're anticipating price to move up, but if you're looking to the left here for key levels, levels where price may reject, we've got the strong level over here. Okay, on the 1st of April, which was a Friday, and then the Monday, we continue to reject that level for quite some time. So now that we've tapped into that level, there's a possibility that we reject that level. So it is wise to just wait and see maybe if we break that level. Okay. Um, okay, so we've already had rejections off of this level. So our chances are getting higher and higher that we begin to push back down. But that doesn't mean you just hop into a sell. We're going to wait for a confirmation. We'll wait for maybe a half an hour or an hourly candle to close back below this resistance. So this hourly candle is still open. We may end up closing back below this resistance, and that's why you wouldn't really want to take bars. Okay, so interesting here on gold, but we have closed back into this range, so right now I'm expecting this 15-minute to form a top wick and then push down to fill the range. That would be your fake out setup. It's not really worth it to put money on the line for that particular trade though, because we have already tapped into the support. We may reject and drive up, so we'll wait for a break of that support. We'll wait for our hourly to close, and then if the hourly doesn't close below here, maybe we wait for the 15 or 30 minutes. Just gonna keep my eye on GJ for now. Gold, can't say much for gold. Just waiting to see what price is telling us. Right now we are in a range, we are kind of consolidating, so nothing to really say about gold right now. It's looking like we may drive up here. But you see what happened when we closed with no top wick on this previous candle, how we just drove straight down. Okay, it's looking like we may have entry opportunities here at 9. Um, just waiting for a close below this level over here. But this is your fake out. What does it mean to consolidate? Okay, so the market has different phases. Okay, so you will have a push phase, okay, where we are moving in one direction. That wasn't a reference to One Direction. Kaylin, calm down. And then you'll have times where the market is consolidating, okay, where it's not really doing anything. It's in a range, okay. So you could call it a range, you could call it a consolidation, but really what it is here, if we're looking on gold, on a bit of a high time frame maybe. So yeah, on an hourly, this is what you would call a range, okay, where you're bouncing between a resistance and a support, up, down, up, down. It's a consolidation. It's not really doing anything. The market hasn't really decided on a direction. So looking left here, we have a little period of consolidation. Becomes quite easy to see. So, price consolidates on different time frames. Some ranges or consolidations could be tradable. For instance, this range right here is quite big. Fuck, it's huge. So anyway, like this range here, you could take trades in. But if you're looking here at this kind of consolidation, okay, it's very small. And at this point, once you've marked up your support, okay, we've got a support there, and your resistance, you actually want to wait for a breakout of this range, of this consolidation, for price to continue pushing in whichever direction you go. So that there is a consolidation, and that little range there, I'm telling you now, is not a very tradable range. So that's a range that you probably wouldn't wanted to have taken a trade in. This range here is quite big, and I did take trades in this range yesterday, but right now, zooming in a little bit on a lower time frame, we are back in a sort of little consolidation here, a range, whatever, bouncing between a support and a resistance. So right now we're just waiting for price to break out of this range to continue pushing down. For Shay, do you know babypips.com? You must check out babypips.com for your your basics, like to form your foundation. It'll teach you the terminology and that kind of thing. And then when you come and watch the stream, you'll have a better understanding of what I'm saying. But I mean, it's fine. I don't mind explaining these things. Okay, it's gonna be interesting here. We really want a closure back into this level. Okay, so yeah, like I say, we had this breakout of this level here, closed back in the range. Our new 15-minute formed a top wick, and now we should drive back down to support. So that is the theory behind a fake out, and you can see right now it's doing just that. So if you were to trade this small little range, what you could have maybe waited for is this candle to form its top wick and then like enter on the flip. But I mean, it's not an ideal trade, not at all. But that played out to the T, not? So we're coming into London Open, and both our pairs are starting to set up quite nicely. So what we'll be waiting for on our next candle is, okay, if we close back in this range, the next candle, you'll wait for it to form a top wick, and then what I'll be doing is I'll set a sell stop. So this is an order that when price hits your sell stop, it triggers your trade. So the trade won't be in immediately as I set it, but like I say, we wait for that top wick to form, and then I'll have my sell stop so that when price comes back down, we get triggered in and we push down. So that's how I'll be looking to enter any kind of position here. Same story on gold. If we close below this level, I will most likely wait for a top wick to form and then set my sell stop below wherever this candle closes. Something like that. It depends on the situation. Sometimes your scenarios are a little bit different. Yeah, that baby pips is pretty good. Tyron was actually asking me yesterday about trading and um like asked me to teach him some shit, but I said, Tyron, go on babypips.com and read through that shit because I've told him before and he says he has, but he didn't understand it. I said, just go read it again. It's gonna explain to you the basics much better than I will be able to explain to you. Once you know the basics, then you can come to me or watch the live stream and you'll know what I'm saying, know what you're looking for, that kind of thing. So, um, GJ closed back. Oh, where's this level? Okay, yeah, we did kind of close back into this range. So, we do have levels to be careful of here, here, but the overall trend is down. Okay, hourly, we've closed back below this level. We've had a huge wick rejection. Our new candle is opening with no bottom wick. Okay, so um, this is a similar scenario to when your candle opens with no top wick or closes with no top wick. It's something you want to be careful of. Okay, candles like to create a wick. Check here how this candle closed with no top wick and price push down. Okay, but here we've opened with no bottom wick. We've pushed straight up. Okay, creating that top wick first. So it is very likely we push back down to create the bottom wick. But in this setup where we're looking for sells, this is really nice because now we can get our entries below the previous candle. Okay, so we will set a sell stop below the previous half an hour candle, and as we create a top wick here, if we drive back down, we should get triggered into this trade, and um, that'll be our entry. You can put the stop loss above the previous candle's wick, so something like that. Okay, so I've set this trade. I've set this entry. We've got our entries at about 160790, stop loss at 161200. So that's about a 40 pip stop, and then we've got quite a nice target here of about 96 pips. So that's a pretty big trade. We'll probably look to close out some positions as we tap into the support, and we'll move our stop loss to break even. Gold here, we didn't close below the support, so just being patient here on gold. I may just skip gold. if we get entered into this GJ trade, then I'll just be focusing on that. I'm thinking for a safer entry, maybe wait for a break below the previous hourly. It's only about 2 more pips, 3 more pips that your entry will be. So setting sell stops below the previous hourly candle, and that should be much safer to drive down. So yeah, I've got my entries at about 750, 160, 750. Um, I invest in shares and cryptocurrency, but I don't trade them. I've only really traded like US indices. So this is basically a whole bunch of American stocks. Uh, the Nasdaq 100 index. So I've traded that before, and then in terms of cryptocurrency, I've traded Bitcoin before, but you know, it's very volatile. I had an experience where I was up like I was up quite nicely in a trade, let's say, and I had already closed some of my profit, and I put my stop loss at break even. So now that means that if price comes back to your entry, you should um, get stopped out without any loss. And what happened was price came down so quickly that I was taken out of my trade about $2,000. So $2,000 would be like from like 40,000 to 38,000. So that huge move right there, I was taken out below my entry and ended up with a massive loss. And since that day, I've never traded Bitcoin. I don't know what the cause for that was. There wasn't any news to my knowledge. Um, just one of those things, and I'll just avoid it. Okay, we haven't been triggered in just yet. Um, let's look here on gold. On a 4 hour, it's beginning to interest me. So 4 hour, once we break the previous low, as you can see here, the previous 4 hour was very bearish. We've pulled up, created a top wick on this 4 hour, and we look good to drive down once we break the low. So you could have something like that, but we could probably use a lower time frame to set our stop loss. So maybe above this hourly candle. I really like how it's setting up on a 4 hour, so I may just set an entry here. Okay, we've been triggered into GJ. Let's see how that goes. Okay, so we're pushing straight into profit here. Let's just double check. Probably just gonna wait it out here on gold for a little bit longer. But I feel really good about that impulse entry below the previous 4 hour candle. I'm just not too excited to put my stop all the way up there. That would be about 60 pips. Keeping in mind our initial target is only about 25 pips. So this was our fake out. This is what we were waiting for. And so far it's played out to the T. Currently in about 8 pips of profit here. I'm just gonna be patient. 15 minute is about to close, so we may get a bit of a wick up here on the new 15 minute. Okay, we are in about 10 pips of profit here. Just gonna wait for the new 15 minute to open, and once we begin to drive down on that new 15 minute, I'll set my stop loss to break even. Otherwise, when we tap into the support, I'll be doing that. Whichever comes first. for sure. I don't know if I want to create a trading group. I don't know if you're still on here. Okay, so we are tapping into a support zone. We just want to be careful at this point. It would be best to just manage your position here. So what you would do is close out like partials. You close half of your position or 25%, and then move your stop loss to break even. So the thinking behind closing partials is you moving your stop loss to break even, okay? So you're in profit. Why would you give up some of that profit if price were to come back? So right now at this point, our new 15-minute is driving down and we've broken the previous low. So my stop loss will be at break even here. And we are coming into the support level. So what I'll do is I will close half of my position here. And then we've got a risk-free trade. So currently we are sitting at about 20 pips. That's pretty good. And closing half. Risk-free trade, letting the rest run. We've got still quite a way to go here for our target. Moving down quite nicely. So that's one win for the day, making the stream 4-0. Currently we are the Mayweather of live streams. But you do take losses in trading, it happens, anything can happen in the market, so that's why you have to manage risk, and that's why I'm being so aggressive with moving my stops to break even and securing partials. Yeah, I'll probably finish off by 10 here today. We've already had one win, and it's a public holiday, so I was thinking about giving myself the day off, you know. How big was our stop loss? It's about 40 pips. See, what I like about this strategy is if you wait for your entries, you get these zero drawdown trades, and fuck, I just love that, man. Why would you want to sit in drawdown? I don't want to see red, I want to see blue. So patience paid today, and we're just gonna be patient a little bit longer here. See what happens here on gold. I haven't set this trade just yet, but I'm still just waiting. See how we close with no bottom wick there, and then this candle is now driving up. Gonna wait for a half an hour close here before setting any sell stops. Nah, I don't use XM. XM is a broker, so there's. I'm actually not too sure how good XM is. I've used them once, but yeah, I'm pretty sure there are better brokers out there. Check out RC Markets. Um, that's a good one. RC Markets. Dominion Markets. I haven't checked out Blueberry Markets, but I know that they're good for gold. Apparently, they have zero commission for gold. And yeah, the thing is about these brokers, they may have a minimum deposit. I actually haven't checked, but those are pretty good brokers. So we've tapped into the support level here. We have had a little bit of a rejection, but I think if this 15-minute candle breaks its own low, we could continue to push down. Judging on a 5-minute here, we had a strong bearish close. We've created a wick, so breaking the current candle low, we should push on further down. So that's why I say if this 15-minute breaks its own low, we could maybe drive on further down. Gold is looking good here. I'm considering placing sell stops, so what I'll do is I'll have my stop loss above the current hourly candle. So this trade is very much based off a 4 hour, what's happening on the 4 hour. Looking at our previous candle close, how our new candle has formed, and where price is likely to push to next on a 4 hour, and then we are looking on lower time frames for an entry. currently in about 30 pips of profit here. So like I was saying, this candle, if it were to break its own low, it's probably going to push down. So now we are below that support level, and we've got another target at this point here. So depending on how much of your trade you have left over, you can close out a little bit more as we tap into this zone. Just managing risk. You could even trail your stop loss and put your stop loss above the previous 15-minute candle, saving you about 10 pips. Okay, gold is going to be a bust here. No trade taken. Didn't get the entry we wanted. But if we respect the high of the previous hourly candle, we could look at possibly getting an entry now below the current hourly candle. But let's just wait it out. Let's just wait and see what happens here on gold. Is my mic still muted? Know what? Okay, shot. Okay, so gold is really not playing along today. No entries, not looking too good. If we do reject this level here and we drive back down within this hourly, we could possibly look at entries, maybe on the next hourly. Our half an hour is about to close here, sitting at support, so this may be a good position to manage your trade a little bit more if you want to close out a bit more. If we're closing at that support, what could happen is on the next candle that we drive up. If we close it like this, just below that support, then we should be good to drive down a little bit further. We do have these minor levels here, but keeping in mind that we are in a time of volume, anticipating price to break through these minor levels. Okay, we're getting a nice push here before the half an hour close, so we should be safe for the next half an hour to drive down. And I've still got half of my position running. Currently sitting at about 50 pips, so that is a banger. Can't complain. So we've closed below this minor level over here, which means price should be good to continue driving down. We've got another little level here to just be cautious of, but we definitely have kicked up with the volume here. Looks like gold doesn't want to be sold anymore. It's tired of being taken for a puss. See, we've had this huge move down in gold, so tapping into some of these rejection zones, it is possible that we have some sort of retracement. But like I have said and broken down, we don't really want to be caught in this range taking bars. We've just got a mess to the left here. Like I mentioned with support and resistance, you know, there are levels where price may react to. So if you're looking to the left here in this range, I mean, it's so messy that I couldn't even mark up all the levels, and I wouldn't want to. But there's a level, there's a level here, you know, there's a level here. It's a mess. There's a level here. Look on a 15 minute. Anyway, we are driving up nicely. So we could see this daily candle flipping bullish and breaking its high. And at that point, you could be looking for bars. Sorry about that. So what I've been looking at lately is new candles opening up and forming a wick. Like looking at where those wicks may form to, if that makes sense. So here you can see this candle opened. We formed a wick pushing up and we tapped into this support here. So at this point, we've broken this level, we've retested it, and we should be good to drive down. Just like on a 4-hour here on gold, although at this point it's gone bust. But before this candle broke up, we had formed a wick tapping into this support, and we drove all the way down to this support. So that's something you should look at, like how are candles forming. Take note of how the wicks are forming. When candles are closing below a support or above a resistance, how is it closing? How is your next candle opening? And that's basically what I look at, what my strategy is based on, and you know, I found that works for me, and it's quite simple to just be reading the candles, you know. Yeah, like I said, we were anticipating a fake out here. We closed back in this range. We waited for our new candle to form a wick and then break the previous hourly candle's low to push on down, and that is exactly what happened on this new hourly candle. Keeping in mind this hourly candle was also London open, so we were expecting nice volume to enter the market to get a nice push, and that is exactly what happened. Cheers, cheers. So, sorry. So yeah, on GJ we anticipate. Yeah, trying to take an Instagram video, but my English seems to have gone downhill. another one. So yeah, nice win here on GJ. Still got a little bit left running. Hoping to push back down into resistance. We are looking to close bullish here on a 15 minutes. So um, anything could happen at this point, but we have secured some of our position. We also do have our stops currently in about 10 pips of profit. So that's a pretty good day, if you ask me. Like I had mentioned, as this previous half an hour candle closed, could have secured a little bit more profit. Also considering we closed with no bottom wick, so that would have been about 50 pips. And assuming no one took the trade, but if you had, you would have made some nice little profit, and you are very welcome. Another little fake out here on gold, really just messing around, nothing to do here on gold right now, just still waiting for break of that support. At this point, I'm probably going to call it a day. These sells definitely could still materialize. London session, at least down to the support here. But probably best to come back for New York. I won't be doing a live stream for New York. Probably won't even trade New York today. It's a public holiday. Had a good day here. One winning trade. I'm happy to call it a day. So that's that. One win. We're gonna call it a day here. Very nice trade here on GJ. Thank you everyone for watching. Appreciate the support. And yeah, for any future viewers, get involved in the chat, ask questions. I'm happy to answer as we go along. So I'm gonna sign out now. Yeah, good day on the stream. Definitely looking like possible sells here. Like I said, if this hourly candle breaks its own low, although we only have 15 minutes left of the hourly, you could definitely have a push down, but probably best to wait for an hourly close, which I'm not gonna bother with. That's me for the day.